SketchyGOichie.
Okay, here we go. Another sketch, what I've been dubbing in the real world sketch. I only dub it that because I've been doing so many digital sketches that I think it's wise to kind of show the viewers what happens when you have a blank sheet of paper and a pencil and will to draw, and you combine all those things and you come up with art. And that's the whole point of all these videos, is just to kind of get out there, or get in there, indoors, outdoors, whatever, and draw. You're gonna see a lot of great artists on the internet, especially wonderful tutorials in YouTube. I'm hoping to be a contributor to that field of very, very talented and very, very generous people. So anyways, here goes. Blank sheet of paper, no real path or idea of what I want to go with, so we'll see what comes out. Okay. I will do my normal sort of Sharpie peel off China marker. I just started on rendering with a little sort of charcoal marker, but it's gonna be way too dark to start. But I'm gonna keep that circle and I'm gonna do something with it. I don't know what. I like to, when I start drawing, I like to start with some kind of flow. And if I get something that feels good on the page, I'll use that as a starting point. So this feels like it's gonna be some kind of creature. Don't know what or which way I'm gonna go with yet, but it'll come. Already it's kind of feeling a little cat-like, feline-like. So we'll see how it develops. I love to use these China markers because I can both get the dark blacks, which it's designed for, as well as I can kind of render lightly these sort of like underline sketches. And if this is going to be feline, we're going to see how this creature emerges. Okay. Give it a little angry stance. Yeah, very angry in this case. Okay, there's the other side of the head. And we're gonna have the ears kind of going back like so. I love drawing creatures, imaginary creatures. It's one of the most fun things I enjoy doing. I particularly love to kind of mix and match some sort of anatomy of different species, you know, some mammals, some aquatic, some feline, some reptilian. I love to kind of throw multiple disparate elements into play when I'm drawing. I think when you do, you kind of take a couple of different animals and you mix them up, and all of a sudden it looks like something otherworldly or fantasy. It's inherent. I think it's something that was kind of established probably centuries ago, and I'm gonna abide by what everyone else does in that regard, because I think it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, so from rendering specifics, it's just like anything else. You create your basic shapes, your forms, and you kind of gradually add in more elements, more aspects of the drawing. You know, what are the legs looking like? Kind of determining that on the fly. You know, what is the shape and what is the anatomy doing? But as long as you have sort of a binding shape underneath, that sort of swoosh, you're gonna have some nice flow. The other leg will probably be somewhere in this range. I'll just do a shadow to indicate it. And I'll finish his tail off. I'll do something weird tuft of fur at the end of it. And then I'll, in line, I like to render in kind of a contour. I know a lot of really, I'm super impressed with folks who kind of render in form. I've got some buddies in the industry who kind of, they're very painterly in their approach, and they would do everything I'm doing right now. However, it would be all in shapes of color and texture and you know, different grades of gray. That would be their approach, and I completely admire it. I just don't. I just choose to do it this way. It's worked for me, so I stay with it. Okay. So you can see this guy starting to form. I guess he's got kind of a bit of a, you know, what appears to be kind of a bit of a Japanese dragon kind of feel to him, a Chinese dragon perhaps. I don't know, because he's just coming out of nowhere. And so I think it'd be kind of cool if he has maybe like this kind of a mohawky thing happening. Again, it's just about what's cool to you. It's about, you know, like I often say in all these videos, it's kind of live in your moment. And by that, what I mean is, whatever comes to mind, don't reject it outright. That's not to say that every first instinct is the right one. Drawings like these are, you know, you'll find with many of the other artists that you'll come across. Oftentimes a drawing like this is just kind of used as a warm-up. It's not the finished art, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It's probably best to not be perfect. It's really just about capturing energy and feeling good about what you render. Right? Yeah. I don't know why, but he's gonna have some sort of reptilian thing happening on his underbelly, merging right into this little fur patch he's got there. May even render some stripes to kind of go with his stripe treatment that he's got going along his tail, along the back of his neck, and then on over to his head. Right. And I think what I'll do next is just kind of tighten that up a bit, and then I will add what is almost always my favorite part of the process is is when I get in and throw a little white in there. This is where I'm going to see if this is a little charcoal, a white charcoal pencil. I literally just picked it up today. I don't know how well you guys can see that. And I'm going to see how it goes over this China marker. It may not work, so this is an experiment. This is just a test. We'll see how it works. Yeah, looks pretty good so far. One thing that I'm a little worried about is that I'm so accustomed to not having to sharpen anything. With this I would, obviously, because it's a pencil. I'd have to get in and sharpen, which I got one of those for. Okay, so I just hit some highlight areas. I love to surround these drawings with just like a field of, not a field, but sort of a white outline. And then kind of go in and pick areas where the light hits it the most. So if the light source is on top, it would be there. You know, along the top of his eyebrow here, tip of his nose, highlights in the eyes. But something about giving these things a little white highlight. It really kind of brings them to life, especially because I'm working on this sort of medium color gray. Sort of medium color gray paper, which I love to do. I love to have kind of a mid-tone. I think it's one of the best ways to work guess if you've got some sort of a mid-tone, it's kind of, I guess basically that tone is already rendered. For lack of a better way to describe it, that tone is already rendered. So you don't really have to kind of worry about it. You've got that, it's already in the mix. As you can see, I'm starting to lose a little life on this guy. See if we can bring it back to life by sharpening, get a little more of a point. Got to be careful at that stage because obviously it's sharpened to its sharpest point, so it's more likely to break on you. So kind of be mindful of that. I wish I had with me. I mean, this is great. I wish I had something a bolder, sort of a little more bolder white, brighter, more powerful white. And so that's where I'm going to go in my drawer. See if I've got one of my favorite tools handy. It's made by Crayola. It's these twistable, how do I even describe them? They're kind of these twistable, fatter crayons. Here's a black one. Love these guys. These are really fun to play with. I don't know if I have a white one handy. Although I do have a white China marker handy. Here you go. This is by another company, Phano, I think. Phano. Let me peel off a little bit of this guy. I want a thicker, faster. Basically, I'm lazy. Faster sort of white. I'm hoping that this one will deliver on that. Now look at that guy. That's some serious white. So let's see what happens. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Oh. So I've been defeated by the white. Still wish I had one of these guys in white handy. All right, what are you gonna do? Is what it is. So I'm gonna continue. I don't mind showing the warts and all with these guys, because let's face it, it's just a little quick sketch. It doesn't matter if I don't have the proper tools handy, which, I guess maybe because it's a sketch, I'm less apt to be prepared, apparently. But I'm hoping it works out in the end anyways. And I think it may. Okay. So again, just kind of hit some highlighted areas. None of this is really that defined, which I like, especially for something that is not meant to be defined. You'll see in future videos I'll spend a lot more time and energy and render on something. Maybe I'll do it in color, maybe I won't, but you'll see something a little more advanced, if it will. So, as I kind of wind this one down, I just like to kind of give some little extra energy. Kind of throughout. Kind of follow the flow of everything. I love that little China marker mishap. It kind of shows you that. I mean, these guys, they're really just, once you release it, you've got this long tip. So if you're not extra careful, it'll do exactly what mine just did, just snap right off. So there's a kind of cautionary tale for the China marker folks out there. All right. So anyways, this guy's pretty close to there. For me, for this, I could go in there and really kind of get in there and render and stuff, but I don't see a reason why I should. For this, we'll get the point across. Let me just sign her up for you. Anyways, so quick little character creature sketch. with all the flubs and errors included. So you can see that this is not magic. This is just a guy who loves to draw and wants to share my insights on my points of view on it. And if you get anything out of it at all, just know that you just have to kind of grab that sheet of paper and just start going. And if you do that enough times, you get to the point where you have a ton of confidence, and you will just it'll be so second nature that you'll probably be doing your own videos, and I'll be watching, liking, and subscribing. All right. Anyways, so this is my sketch. Hope you guys enjoyed. SketchyGOichie. Live your moment. Peace.